Hey everyone, my name is Joe Nunez, and here we are at Kvibestudios for another episode of Mindless Sketch with my friend Kweku, who is the founder and CEO of the Next 400 Bound. And he also has a podcast called The Leverage, which is on YouTube, which you can check out after this episode. But more importantly, the Next 400 is about building wealth in community and building legacy. And he's going to walk us through how we're going to accomplish that, why he came up with it, and some other interesting points you probably weren't going to expect. But with all that, Kweku. Shoot. We're already recording, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's this about?
So, this is
Kicking
just kicking it, kicking it with you, Kweku.
Yes, sir.
So,
I'm ready for action.
you ready for action?
Yeah, I'm ready to chat.
Shoot.
Ready to have the chat.
So, how do you say your last name?
Abram.
Abram.
Yes. Abram.
Every time I look at it, I never know how to say it.
Well, I'm saying when I say Abram is how it's pronounced in America.
Right.
But if I was in Africa,
Right.
it would be pronounced Eburam.
Aburam.
Yeah.
Aburam.
Eburam.
Okay. So,
Because
Kweku.
Kweku,
Aburam.
yeah, Kweku means born on Wednesday.
Mm.
So if you meet anybody from Ghana and their name is Kweku, it means they were born on a Wednesday.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And any particular reason why they chose that name?
Like the culture, like each day it just means, I guess, I don't know the real history, but I know, I'm going to tell you, I know that every day of the week has a name for both
Right.
male and female. So whatever day you're born, regardless of whatever your parents want to name you, you're going to have either Kweku, Kofi, Kwame, which will be symbolic to the day. However, some people choose to have other names. So somebody
Right.
would be Joseph, Kweku, something. But my dad just left it as is.
Okay.
I think they
And what's
were
your dad's name?
Yao,
Yao.
born on
What does
Thursday.
that mean?
Born on Thursday.
Born on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So if you hear anybody named Kwame,
Kwame.
that's Saturday.
Saturday.
Sunday is Kwesi.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi is Friday.
Coffee is Friday.
Yeah. So it just goes on and on.
What about Monday and Tuesday? Yeah.
Tuesday is Kwabena.
Kwabena.
Yeah. Monday is
You don't have.
Oh yes, Kwejo or
Kwe-
Kojo or Kwejo. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I didn't even know that.
So
That's
here we go. Some Ghana motherland lessons.
some insight on naming conventions. That's cool. That's cool. Well, we're here with Kweku. How to say it again?
Abram.
Abram.
Yeah.
But the proper way is
Aburam.
Aburam. Kweku Aburam
Yes, there
is
you
here with us
Yeah.
on the sketch show, and he's going to be talking with us about the next 400 and what that means, building wealth, and in his own words.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So next 400. Next 400 is basically building a legacy of wealth and community. So basically, next 400 stems from 400 years of the transatlantic slave trade
Right.
that took place 400 years ago, as of 2019.
Right.
Where Africans were sold as commodities for economic gain. And so my thing for next 400 is, now that we're here, all of that has happened, what do we do as a community for the next 400 years to better ourselves?
Right. Well, like, what does that look like?
What does that look like? Yeah, like what are we gonna do? We can't always keep looking back at what has already happened, but we are
Sure.
here now.
Sure.
Let's move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's good to know where you're from and what has transpired, but it's also where do we go from here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
How
yeah.
do we build the future? What does that vision look like for the culture,
Yeah.
specifically for Africa, right?
Well,
Or
yeah,
in
or any
general,
for in general,
in
right?
general.
Yeah, because you got to remember, it's affected everybody. It's not,
Sure.
it's affected all of us. So
Hmm.
the next 400, how do we build better? How do we learn? Yeah, for example, right? I come here, yeah, sure. I come here, right?
Hmm.
I get exposed to technology. Is
Yep.
really early in its stages. A matter of fact, I learned about Chat GPT first from you guys.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And nobody knew about it. I mean, it was,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So I
So,
take that information.
so see, education piece and
Yeah,
awareness
yeah, yeah.
about tools that they could use and people can use to kind of elevate themselves,
That's
right?
it, pretty much. So one of the things that I say is I don't want to be a generational thief. And what I mean by that is I want to also contribute to the next generation. So if say a kid growing up now can hear some inspirational things or motivational things from someone like me, they can make certain decisions in their lifestyle or in their life to become better. So they too can pass that on to the next generation. I'm not going to be here 400 years from now, though, but
Yeah.
my,
I mean, unless they
AI,
upload
man,
you to the
AI.
AI cloud, and then you can be a hologram for the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
yeah, I'm going to do a party in
You can be
2419.
doing a virtual podcast forever.
Yeah,
Imagine that would be a virtual nightmare.
yeah.
I think I was talking to somebody about how they would feel.
Mhm.
I mean, this might be just a side topic we could talk about, but you let
Mhm.
me know. How would you feel, especially in this age of AI,
Mhm.
if there was a way
Mhm.
for your loved ones to be uploaded to the cloud
Mm.
so
You-
you could be in touch with them because it's their digital essence, right?
Yeah,
So it's not really them, but would you like that? Would that creep you out?
I would actually like that. So, what I would like though is while they're alive, there should be something monitoring them so it can pick up on their behavior, like their decision making, their patterns, so that if something like that was created, it won't be me, for example, looking at a video of my dad
Hmm.
and he sounds like Tupac.
Mm.
That won't make sense,
No,
right?
no,
So
no.
I will want it to be something where, we
No, he
take.
would literally sound like himself.
No, I'm not talking about the
Yeah,
sound, but we'll be talking to me like him.
right.
So they would have. Oh, you saying the technology would have studied the behavior and everything of
Yes,
the person?
it's already
Oh,
there and it's uploaded, so it's almost like you see like in Star Wars the ghost
mm-hmm,
of like
mm-hmm,
Obi-Wan
mm-hmm.
talks to.
Okay, okay.
So it's like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I won't be
That wouldn't freak you
weirded out.
out? Like,
Nope.
no?
I think it'll be cool because then I would like to know what he say about some things that I'm doing now.
Right.
Right? Well, that would be cool.
Okay.
Imagine having a great conversation with a loved one, and it felt real.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Why you would feel weirded out about it?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I think at one point, like, when does the separation happen?
Yeah. So I was about to say though,
The loss.
if it happens once in a while, fine. But I'm not gonna live with this thing on a daily basis
Right.
because
Like it's on your shoulder,
yeah,
like a floating, like, what do you call it? A life coach.
yeah, and I
Now
can't do that.
helping you determine like what would and now I'd feel like when it like those psychos
I
where
know,
like
right?
I'm always talking to mother. Mother, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, and two, like, could you imagine if you did that, let's say, to an, let's say you unfortunately lose a loved one, like you're a partner,
Right.
right?
Right.
Now, I don't know if I would want
No,
to
I wouldn't
do
want
that.
that
Like you,
because
you need. I think there's
yeah,
like a you have
boundaries.
to the
Yeah.
boundary where you want to mourn and feel
Yeah,
separated, so
yeah.
you
I
can
wouldn't
kind of
want to
like,
do that for a
yeah,
loved one because it'll probably each time I go through that, I will probably grieve again.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I
yeah.
wouldn't want that.
But anyway, so that's
Yeah.
one aspect of the AI. So either steer clear from it or welcome it with open arms.
Yeah.
But I think okay. So um, where do you feel? What is happening in? What's the next step for the next 400?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, because every journey starts with the first step. So the next step for next 400 is basically I want to be able to create an environment where we're actually creating some form of jobs, create an environment or an opportunity or an ecosystem where jobs get created out of it.
Hmm.
So, for example, it could be that Next 400 facilitated a project, and this project now gets to hire people, and people get to make money, and
Right,
people get to learn about financial literacy. People get to learn about investing. People get to learn about. So there's going to be workshops, those type of things. But most importantly, I want to create an ecosystem where people actually can make some form of economic gain out of. Not me, but the community.
right.
Yeah.
And what steps do you think need to be taken for
Well,
that?
I'm taking some of the steps already, which is I'm doing the Leverage podcast, which kind of talks, brings out different conversations to light. It's also an opportunity to network with people in the community, and it's also an opportunity for me to educate people. There's a side of me which is my my 9 to 5, my day to
Right.
day, which is an accountant,
Sure.
and I'm deeply committed there, where I'm into finance, investing, and all kinds of stuff. So I want to be able to. The next steps will be for me to bring more of that side out. I don't want my conversation to always be, oh, the next 400, we're doing this, the slave trade. And it's not about that. It's
Right.
all about how can we learn what to do with opportunities around us to scale us to the next level.
Right. And what inspired you to even approach this kind of project or mission statement? Like something had to start it. So what was that?
I think, born in New York, raised in Ghana, back to America, but in Jersey City,
Hmm.
and growing up pretty much in the hood in Jersey City, I got to understand what it felt like. When I was growing up in Ghana, it was different because my dad, he went to NYU. So when he moved back to Ghana,
Right.
he was more on the higher level.
Sure.
So I had access to opportunity. If I wanted to do anything as a kid, it was there, whatever. I didn't think of anything
Is that
blocking me.
because he came to the Americas and he went back with an American like education?
Yeah, that's definitely a plus,
Okay. Because
because
that's just how it was,
yeah,
right?
it's back then. You
Right.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's like, and even now, if you go back to Ghana, for example, in Africa, and you have an education from United States, you definitely have a
It puts
competitive
you
edge, yeah, over
right.
everybody. So
Yeah.
we had a better life, and I wasn't thinking about poverty, none of those things,
Hmm.
right? But there was a part of me that always felt like, you know, certain people shouldn't be well off
And
and
others
others
suffering
suffering. It was just a
and
part
being
of me
without. Yeah.
and being without. But then there was another part of me that believed in the capitalist mindset, like just being an entrepreneur and going to get yours by any means necessary.
So it's almost like an early philanthropy,
Yeah, kind of.
right?
Yeah.
Before you had the business,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So then I grew up in Jersey City, and I see all this talent, smart people, brilliant, talented, geniuses. but there's no opportunity. So, for example, you'll be in a room like this with a bunch of guys. You have a great idea, and then now what do you do with it?
Right.
It's just an idea because you don't know where to take it.
Correct.
So I was like, you know what? If I get the chance to make a difference in my own little small way, I'll be one of those people that build something that will give opportunities to young minds who are. If my very first idea outside of the music business industry and all of that was to build something which is similar to TurboTax.
Mm.
But back then, where was I going to take that idea to? I'm a young kid in Jersey City on the
Yeah.
hill. Where am I going to take that idea to? So it sits there. And I remember the first quote that I got for it to even do a beta site at the time was like 200K. So
Oh yeah, no, shoot, man. Technology wasn't as rampant as it is now, so you couldn't build anything like that unless you had actual, you know, investors
yeah,
involved.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
'Cause
to answer it though, I don't want to miss the point
yeah,
completely. Is I want to make sure that in my lifetime, I'm able to make an impact where certain people can have opportunity to live their dreams.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think like, and you have to be around people that are like minded to have the aspiration to even have it, because some people don't have the aspiration to make
One.
that kind of life. Then maybe they don't even believe that they can have
Oh
that.
yeah, people don't believe it, man. They're
So how, like, how does the one, like what would you say to somebody that is that's out there and they're an aspiring entrepreneur, and or even if there is somebody like an artist similar to your position has this idea but just doesn't know where to go.
I would say keep doing what you know how to do. You know? So if let for example, let's say if you're a writer, just keep writing. Don't stop.
Right.
Because that's all you can do. You know, the next opportunity, I feel like God, the universe, the forces that be always has a way to put something in front of you at the right time. And that's what they say when they say opportunity meets preparedness. So if you keep writing, don't stop. If that's all you got. So I always tell people around me, like, use what you got. Because
Right.
this is all you got to get to the next step.
But I think you're trying to say too is opportunity meets preparedness is also saying be ready, have your A game,
At
and
all
that's why you
times.
have to be specialized
At all times.
and be sharp at what you good at what great at what you do, not just good. You need to be
How many
outstanding.
how many sperms compete before
Not where I thought this was going to go, but go ahead.
yeah, how many sperms compete before a child is conceived? I don't know. You want to Google
You know what? Let's just make sure only one can win.
it? Yeah,
Only
but
one
it's
wins.
supposed to be yeah, it's supposed to be a whole lot, right? Like
Yeah.
millions, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So just think of it this way. You already won the race.
Right.
There were like a million sperms trying to make it,
Yeah.
and you won, and you're here. So
Right.
that means you're here for a purpose. You just have to find that purpose. And once you find it, you can do anything.
Well,
You didn't think,
be like the sperm and break through.
yeah,
That's the message for today. And yeah, I didn't think we were going to go that route, but here we are.
yeah,
So
yeah.
technology is going to be where it is,
Mm-hmm.
and people are going to have aspirations to chase after their dreams. But I think at the end of the day, it's about really having a vision,
Mm-hmm.
not being afraid to go after it,
Mm-hmm.
and having the confidence in yourself and making sure you're sharp at the skill set that you have. Right?
That thing you said, man, confidence. That's a big one
Yeah.
because a lot of people just don't know how to I struggled with that, to be confident enough to even be on a podcast like this. I was always like, you know what, let me be behind the scenes and,
Right.
you know.
And also, I'm sure there's a little bit for you, from what I know of you, you're trying to like do it the right way. You
Right,
have everything, crossing your I's and dotting,
right, right,
crossing your T's, dotting your
right,
I's. I'm saying it
right.
all wrong. And you're trying to do it perfect. But I think, like, obviously you've evolved more and
Right,
you know
right,
when to let go, right?
right, right.
But you don't know until you tried.
That's it. So that's another. You're dropping some gems. So that's another thing. Knowing when to let go. You know, that happened to me with the music business.
Yeah.
I was producing music for a long time, and you always almost felt like you're so close, you're so close, and then life keeps passing you by,
Yeah.
right?
Just like the song.
And then you wake up one day and you got to make this decision, like, and it was a very tough one for me because, you find out you're an artist actually, but
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about being an artist, or a creative person, I think it's something that can transform into many things.
That's right. Because artists, and I think people forget that an artist isn't just a painter. It's
Exactly.
not somebody who just crafts things together.
Hmm.
It's the cultivation of all these different skills. That's why you have people who jump into all different aspects of the arts and their creativity. They don't just stay in one space. It's
It's
just
like fluid. It's like water. You
yeah,
can
it
take
just
form.
flows, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it could take form of this. It could take form in literary,
Hmm.
visual, audio, craftsmanship. It could be anything.
Yeah, and I
It,
think that's where a lot of people get lost at, because they get stuck at that one thing,
right.
and they feel like this is all there is.
Well, we were taught that way. We were taught that.
That's true.
We were taught to specialize. We were
Yeah,
taught to
yeah,
do that,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is not bad. Which is not bad to specialize. It's just don't you know don't be afraid. At least I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to delve into other areas, because if you have a calling for it,
You
try
never
it.
know. You never
That's
know.
all. You
Yeah,
never
you
know.
never know.
Yeah.
I'm doing the podcast because I don't know.
Because he doesn't know. But so on that note, definitely check out Kweku
Yes.
and on his podcast, which is the next 400, and I'll let you tell them where to find
Okay,
it.
sure. So it's the Leverage Podcast, powered by the Next 400 Bound, where we are creating a legacy of wealth and community. So you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Next 400 Bound, and anywhere, all the socials, or you can look for me, Kweku Iburam, Aburam, right? I said,
Kweku Buram.
there you go.
There you go.
Yes.
All
Thank you,
right.
man.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having
Thanks,
me.
man.
I appreciate you. We gotta do this again. This was
All right.
fun. We could have gone into all kinds of
I know.
angles.
But I
Right?
think we keep it short and sweet this
We'll
time,
do it
and then
again.
we'll do it again.
We'll do it again. That was dope. Peace out, brother.
Cool. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys. All right, happy Thanksgiving, and Merry Christmas if this is when it releases right before then. All right, take care, guys.